There's a quiet rhythm many of us fall into. Wake up. Get dressed. Go to work. Handle what's in front of us. Come home. Eat. Sleep. Repeat. At first it feels normal, even safe. But over time, that rhythm begins to blur into something else. Days melt into weeks, weeks into months, and before we know it, we've been living on autopilot. Life becomes less about living and more about existing. We smile when expected. We do what is required. We keep moving because stopping feels impossible. And yet, in the stillness, maybe over a cup of tea, maybe during a long commute, maybe lying awake at night, something deep inside us whispers, "Is this all there is?" Have you ever felt that? That ache of going through the motions but feeling strangely absent from your own life? Drop a comment below if you've ever caught yourself in that cycle. Living, but not really awake. Autopilot doesn't announce itself loudly. It creeps in quietly, disguised as routine, disguised as safety. Maybe it's the relationship you've been in for years, familiar but no longer nourishing. Maybe it's the job you go to every day, steady, predictable, but draining the life out of you. Or maybe it's the daily habits, scrolling endlessly, saying yes when you mean no, avoiding the changes that would shake things up. We fall into these cycles because they're familiar. Comfort zones are comfortable for a reason. They protect us. They give us a sense of control. But over time, comfort can quietly become a cage. And here's the truth. Staying safe isn't always the same as staying alive inside. Think about it. What's one area of your life right now that feels like autopilot? Share it in the comments. Naming it might be the very first step in breaking free. The cost of staying stuck isn't always obvious at first. But slowly, resentment creeps in. We find ourselves frustrated, restless, maybe even bitter. It's as if the deeper parts of us know we were meant for more, but we've silenced those parts for so long that their cries turn into quiet despair. We start to lose ourselves, not in one big dramatic moment, but in tiny ways, day after day. We lose the joy of savoring a meal. We lose the wonder of noticing a sunset. We lose the curiosity of dreaming about what could be. And so, resentment becomes the shadow we carry. But here's the good news. Shadows only exist where light is present. If there's a shadow, it means there's also a possibility for light. Maybe you've told yourself it's too late. Too late to start over. Too late to try something new. Too late to rewrite your story. But that isn't true. It's never too late to turn the page. History is full of people who began again at what others would call the end. New careers in their 40s and 50s. Fresh love after heartbreak. Dreams pursued when everyone else said it was foolish. The question isn't, is it too late? The question is, what story do you want to tell from here on out? If you could rewrite one chapter of your life, what would you start with? Leave it in the comments. You might be surprised how freeing it feels to say it out loud. Rewriting your story doesn't have to mean burning everything down. It begins with awareness. The simple act of noticing where you've been living on autopilot. Sometimes awareness alone is powerful enough to shift your perspective. The next step is permission. Giving yourself the freedom to dream again. To say, what if things could be different? To imagine a version of yourself not weighed down by routine, but lit up by possibility. Then comes courage. Courage to step outside the comfort zone, even if it's only by an inch. It doesn't have to be reckless. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Sometimes courage looks like saying no for the first time. Sometimes it looks like filling out that application, making that phone call, or daring to have that conversation you've avoided. What about you? What's one small action you could take this week to live more intentionally? Write it in the comments. Someone else might need your example to take their own first step. Rewriting your story also means practice. Living awake isn't a one-time decision, it's a daily choice. It's choosing to taste your food rather than rush through it. It's pausing to notice the way sunlight falls across your floor. It's listening when someone talks, not just waiting for your turn to speak. And little by little, presence replaces numbness. Gratitude replaces resentment. Hope replaces autopilot. Let me remind you, rewriting doesn't mean erasing. You don't have to undo every mistake or regret. Your past doesn't have to vanish for your future to thrive. It simply means the pen is back in your hand. So here's a question I want to leave you with. If today could be a new page in your story, what would its title be? Drop it in the comments. You might inspire someone else who's been waiting for a fresh start. And if this reflection spoke to you, I invite you to subscribe for more gentle reminders to live awake, live present, and live as though your story still matters, because it does. You are not too late. Your story is not finished.